Hello, it's Lynda Cromar coming to you from Colorado, back again. And it's been a little while since I have actually done a tour for you, and I thought you would enjoy that today. I'm starting out actually in our Simple Freedom Mastermind, which is a perk you get that nobody else in any other part of this company gets. But you do get it if you're part of the team that is in this group. And what happens in this group is that we teach marketing big time. Easy, simple, and very powerful marketing. And that's important because it's great to get a product you can make money with and you can use to build your business, but you do need to know how to market it. So I'm going to come back over inside of Power Lead System as well and show you how you need to get started to start out. You know, when you first start, you're going to see all of these tabs across here, and you're going to land on this page right here. None of these buttons are going to be lit up green. They're going to be red. And the reason why is because there's going to be some steps that you need to take. The very first thing you actually need to do, though, is to click on the easy button. And you actually have a way to promote immediately, even before you've created any pages or done anything at all besides what's here. You need to watch this video completely and thoroughly because it's going to teach you the steps better than I can give them to you yourself. But you actually have a link that gets created immediately after you start. And then another thing that you want to make sure and do is to put in here your own link that you decide you want them to go to, so that any time that my leads Power Lead System goes out there and does any promotion, they often put your link right underneath some of the things that you're doing. They're promoting, say, one of the trainings on, we've got several trainings that go on through the week, and they can be promoting your company without you doing anything for it. So that's number one. So that's two perks already. One was the private mastermind, and the second one is that they will promote for you if you simply get set up a little bit. So the next thing you do is get back over here to get started and make sure that you follow the steps. One of the major ones is that in order to take advantage of the major help we give you by building pages and emails that you can take advantage of right away, you need to have one URL. It costs $12.97 a year to do that, and it's worth it because that's about the same price as a GoDaddy or anything else. But the major thing is that when you go to create web pages, you will need to have a place to put it. And so you need the URL so subdomains can be created out of that one URL. Now, you are obviously able to create as many as you want, and it's a good idea to do more than one so you can kind of segment the lists by what you have decided. Then another thing you need to know is that when you go to email people, I'm going to just go and look like I'm going to send an email. There's something that happens that's kind of cool, and that is I'm going to just come down here. I'm not going to select. As you can see, I've got all these lists, and it gives you the option of separating your emails by lists if you want to. Now, often I'll select them all. But if you had a specific one that was set up just for your MLM and you just wanted to send them something special every day, you could send those emails to those people only. Say, for instance, you belong to, I'm just going to throw a name out there that most people know, and that is Amway. If you had a list called Amway and you wanted them to go there, now there's two ways to create that list. You can have them opting in to a capture page, and they get on here. As you can see, there's quite a few of my capture pages. Or you can create, like what these are, is actual actual contacts that I have created in a specific list. And sometimes I don't get them all in there in the specific list, but if I want to send to all of them, I can select all. Or if I wanted to just send to say this is the free members, I could just send to the free members. Now these actually get created without my working at it because they automatically get sent to that list because they are free leads members. Now when they become golds, and I've got to update this because there's more than this, then I want to actually physically put them into that list. And because I do that, that allows me to segment my list and send to specific groups of people specific messages. Now that's very key, and not very many other kinds of systems actually are set up to do that. I know for a fact a great big other list that I have been part of in the past does not give you the opportunity to segment your list like that and just send to that one particular group of people. Then another major thing, and this is number 4, I think I'm on, number 4, is that you have training available to you that is free just being part of either a customer or a gold member, meaning that if you're a customer, you're paying $30 a month to use the system, but you can't sell the system. And if you decide you are a gold member, that means you're a member that has become an affiliate, and that means that you're willing to actually sell the product as well, and you would like to make money on it. And there is a very great compensation plan. We're not going to go through that right now, but there is several things in here that you get to have access to that is free as part of your gold membership. Now, I just found out that the endless free leads, which is allowed, which is part of the program, I'm going to just click on that. This one teaches you how to prospect right on social media, and it would cost you almost $500. See, it shows right here, it would cost you almost $500 if you were to go out and buy it separately. That's not counting the coaching, which is part of what goes on inside of that program. You also have a separate contact database. I told you 2 ways that you can email or contact your list. The third way is you can actually go into your personal contact database, which they will appear there, and you can actually send them a certain private message inside of this system, and it's just going to that one person. And that is very powerful. So if you had somebody that joined you in your business, you would have a welcome message that you could send that's personalized, that's something that you want them to know about, and you can actually send directly to that person, one at a time instead of in a whole group. So in a regular autoresponder, you usually have only one opportunity. There is a way to segment in some of them like Aweber, but it's very, very complicated. I never learned how to do it. It wasn't like you could just select the list inside. You had to separate them into lists before you could do it. And I didn't know how to do that, so I never did get to a place where I figured that out. But it's very simple inside of this system because it is just a matter of going to whatever list that you've created already. Some of your lists are going to be created simply because you created a page, and others are going to be created because you manually put them in those lists. And when you do it that way, it really makes it pretty cool that you can actually send specific messages to specific groups of people. And then the last thing, again, I told you about the training. Not only do you have the endless leads, which is actually very, very powerful, you have a whole training area that you can log into where they are constantly putting in brand new, good training every single week. And you can also go to the YouTube channel where it is, And you can probably find that by clicking on one of the emails, that one of the trainings that's already in there. But they have these broken out by subject so that you can just go search for something that you would like to learn about, and then you can actually apply it to your business. Now, obviously, many of these things are actually stemmed towards Power Lead System, but anytime you learn a good technique of online marketing, it is actually applicable to anything that you are selling that's reputable. In other words, something that is above board, good product, whatever. You can sell it any way that you want. So anytime you get training like this, it's going to apply to anything that you're trying to sell. So when you do that kind of stuff, you're going to find that you are learning skills that is going to help you all around, not just as part of this program. And then, of course, there's all kinds of other things in here. It teaches you how to promote. And then just recently, we started to have a new blog, which I have, of course, created. I'm not going to go clear in and show you all of the things that you have to do inside the blog, but the blog itself is very cool. It's inside a Power Lead System, but it's a WordPress blog. But they've changed, they gave us icons instead of titles, and it's pretty simple, really. I'm not going to go all the way in, but just to keep in mind, this is going to be created on a separate link that is just going to be dedicated to that. But when you look at all of the things you have available, there was a time when I bought all of these tools that are inside of this program. I bought them all separately for $50 to $60 a shot. And I was spending $200 to $300 on my tools, just on my tools, not on things that I actually made money on or not on the products, but just on the tools. Now I've got it down to where it's just I'm buying only this tool for $53.97. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, that I knocked $300 down to $53.97. And I did that because they have everything inside of the system. They have a blog. They have how to create pages. They have the full training, and they have a way to contact your leads once you do have leads. All of that inside of one program. So I would not be doing anything else. There is a new program out there. I think it's called Gorilla something. I don't know because I haven't even looked at their presentation because I'm not tempted. Reason why is because I have no interest in getting into another one that claims to be just as good as this one. And the final point is it's stable. It pays like clockwork every Wednesday, and it has never gone down ever, and it's been around since 1999. Now, I don't know about you, but I like the idea of knowing that something is stable, it pays on time, and it has the tools that are better than what they even advertise. Beautiful pages, easy to put together, and then we have that other little program, that other little thing that makes it really cool, and that is I can create a beautiful page because I have more knowledge than you, and then I can give you the code, and you can copy it, and it's going to be in your name, and the contacts are going to go to your contact database, and you send them your emails because you don't have to actually let me have the leads. You get to keep all the leads. You get to keep all of the page, and you get to look like a rock star, even though you're brand new and don't know how to do it yet. I think that's awesome. I can do that for my team, and then they can take their time learning the system. When you have somebody that just started and you know that they're not ready to go off and do all this fancy stuff. And not that it's hard, it's just there is a bit of a learning curve, no doubt about it. So you just give them a code, say, get your URL, here's your code, let's get you going fast. Because when you can get them going fast, that's when you get the longevity that you need to have. Contacting your leads every single day and making sure they know that you are real and you care about them matters. And that's what I have to share with you today. Make sure and look at this thoroughly. Because yes, there's other things out there. Maybe they're cheaper. Who cares? We don't know if they'll be around tomorrow. I can tell you right now, I've seen many, many systems go up and come down because they don't have the longevity, they don't have the backbone of this system. This system has been around since 1999, and that's why I stay with it. Plus the leadership. The leadership's awesome. So you can have a lot of people that are really telling you that they're going to do something super duper better than anybody else has ever done in the world. But you know what? There's only so many ways that you can put something together. And yeah, it might look different, but that doesn't mean it's better. I myself, I'm going to stay with Power Lead System. I'm not going to go anywhere else. I've left everything else. There are things that are still out there that do work, but they're more complicated. I don't need to go and do complicated. I don't have time for complicated. I'd rather make it simple, easy, and be able to help my team. That's how I look at things. So make sure to look at this. I've got the link. It's going to be underneath this video, and we'll be talking again soon. Bye for now.